Today is judgment day at the Abuja Federal High Court with Nnamdi Kanu facing trial. We are going to talk about what transpired in court. But before that, there's a breaking news, and EFCC grants very dark man administrative bail. EFCC grants very dark man administrative bail. So over to Nnamdi Kanu. Now, court adjourns till May 7th as defense prosecution clash over document. Defense counsel, prosecution counsel, they clash in court today over document. Remember, the prosecution is the federal government. The defense counsel is Nnamdi Kanu and IPOB. So what transpired? So the trial of Nnamdi Kanu resumed at the Federal High Court in Abuja with heated exchanges between the prosecution and defense teams over the handling of critical documents. Now, Kanu was in court under tight security. Senior Advocate of Nigeria, the prosecution headed by SAN Adegboyega, representing the federal government, calling its second witness to testify. The witness claimed that Kanu incited violence and established the Eastern Security Network, alleged as an armed wing of IPOB. Remember, there was a first witness that wanted to connect Nnamdi Kanu to Simo Ekpa, but this second witness, new allegation that he claimed that Kanu incited violence. You know, the federal government, the prosecution council, want to establish a criminal offense with Nnamdi Kanu. They're trying to establish it from what they got from him at Golden Tulip Hotel in Lagos, and saying that he created Radio Biafra to incite violence and what have you, connecting him to Simo Ekpa and the atrocities committed by Simo Ekpa. They're also saying that Kanu incited violence and established the Eastern Security Network, allegedly as an armed wing of IPOB. However, under cross-examination, the witness admitted ignorance of several key facts, including that a previous court ruling had already struck out some of the charges against Kanu. Defense lawyers of Nnamdi Kanu pressed the witness on whether he was aware that the allegations of terrorism and incitement to destroy public property had been dismissed. The witness said he does not know that the court has dismissed that particular allegation of terrorism and inciting to destroy public property. Now, the defense team, led by renowned lawyer and former Attorney General of the Federation, Kanu Agabi, SAN, objected to the prosecution's attempt to tender new document in court, citing a lack of prior service. So, the prosecution counsel, Awomolo, brought a new document in court. So, the defense counsel, led by Kanu Agabi, said that no, we are refusing this document because you have not told us. You need to serve the defense team whatever document you're going to present in court on court date. Okay? Now, citing lack of prior service, serving this new document that is unknown to everybody, you need to serve it to the defense team before bringing it to court. So, Justice Omotosho firmly reminded the prosecution, that is federal government lawyers, that all evidence and documents must be duly served to the defense before they can be admitted. He emphasized the importance of fair hearing and due process, like what I just said. At one point, a letter allegedly from a former Attorney General of the Federation became a point of contention. The defense maintained they had never received the document, and even Justice Omotosho confirmed he had not seen the same document. Following this, the prosecution formally withdrew the letter from the court record. The prosecution is trying all it can because that's its job. The federal government is trying all it can to nail Nnamdi Kanu, to connect Nnamdi Kanu to a particular allegation of crime. Yes. Now, Kanu's legal team, comprising of over a dozen lawyers, including Aloy Ejimako. I know there's dispute over Aloy Ejimako, Ifeanyi Ejiofor, and Emeka Etiaba, further insisted on viewing all materials presented by the prosecution, despite the prosecution's claim that they were prepared to serve the document. The defense argued that delayed submission was prejudicial to their case. Now, as proceedings became increasingly contentious, the prosecution requested an adjournment to allow for proper service of documents, a motion the court granted. So, how come we have the headline that court adjourns till May 7th as defense prosecution clash over documents? Is because these new documents presented by the prosecution counsel, the lawyer asks, Kanu's legal team said, we need to adjourn to allow for proper service of document, a motion which the court granted. Nnamdi Kanu's lawyer says, these evidences you are bringing in court, these documents you are bringing in court, you need to properly serve us as defense team. Let us go through it and monitor it. So we ask for adjournment. So the court, yes, granted that motion. Justice Omotosho adjourned the trial to Tuesday, May 7th, 2025. That is Tuesday, specifically for the continuation and examination of the prosecution witness. The court also noted that an application regarding the release of Nnamdi Kanu's personal belongings is expected to be submitted. All this back and forth, big grammar, big English. The federal government, if they are very serious at what they want to do, they need to uphold the ruling of the appeal court, because during Buhari time, we went forth and back with this. From 10 count charge, you are amended to 15. From 15, they struck everything out. Bintan Yaku was moving left and right on this issue. The point still remains. If the federal government can come clean on how they are able to seize Nnamdi Kanu from Kenya into Nigeria, if they can determine that, that's where we start having a very good conversation. Every other thing, the first brought the witness connecting to Simo Ekpa, the sit at home, and all the things that Simo Ekpa claimed he was responsible of, the killings he claimed he was responsible of. They wanted to connect Nnamdi Kanu to Simo Ekpa. They failed. Now they are trying to bring in documents that is unknown to the court. So that's why we have an adjournment tomorrow, Tuesday, 7th, 2025, for the defense counsel to be served this document. Then they will go through it. So that is what has transpired in court today. Would Nnamdi Kanu be released? That's the big question in the hearts of every Biafran. Would he be released? Is there something the federal government is not telling us? Are they trying to look for something to pin on Nnamdi? Are they trying to... What are they trying to do? If they had something really evident on Nnamdi Kanu, they will have won this case a long time. They're dragging since 2015 till now. That is 10 years. 10 years this guy has been on and off with the federal government. We talked about the political solution. I don't know what the federal government is saying. Many times, Igbo elders went to meet Buhari. Elders went to beg Buhari to release Nnamdi Kanu. But I understand why the government would not want to release Nnamdi Kanu. Nobody wants the politicians. Nobody wants those benefiting from the injustice in Nigeria. Those benefiting from one Nigeria don't want Nigeria to experience restructuring. Before Tinubu restructured Nigeria, he going to spend 8 years. If he's going to do that, I believe he has what it takes to do that, to restructure Nigeria. It is left for him to decide whether he's going to do so. So I believe that they are playing mind games with the IPOB and those that support Nnamdi Kanu. I believe so. I believe that they don't want to release this guy, but they have to. Nnamdi Kanu will be free. Nnamdi Kanu is not going to die. Nobody can eliminate Nnamdi Kanu in the DSS. Nobody. If it happens that Nnamdi Kanu, the foundation of Nigeria will just shake. Let's not say much. But let's talk about Simo Ekpa. Simo Ekpa would be showing up in court, expected on the 21st of May, 2025. Finland would gather all its evidence against Simo Ekpa. And however, we are not very, very We are not getting the right information on this Simo Ekpa case. The issue I have is that the group, autopilot group, they split into two, making open disgrace of them online. This one attack this one, you steal money, you do this, you are sponsoring, you are working with Nigerian government to kill our people, you are doing this. Just 1 week after Simo Ekpa was incarcerated, 1 week after they declared Biafra in Finland. So who gives us the information? Are we to trust the Nigerian government on this Simo Ekpa issue? Are we to trust the Finland government, which has not come out to give an official statement? Are we to trust those from Simo Ekpa's camp? Remember, when Simo Ekpa was arrested, many people said, no, he's at home. From Simo Ekpa's camp, he's at home, he's this and that. At the end of the day, we found out that if somebody is at home, at least they can't stop you from posting on social media. That means a lot of things have happened. Maybe the real information about Simo Ekpa is not true to us. We are all speculating. Many people believe that Simo Ekpa would not be extradited to Nigeria. We are hearing reports that Finland entered an agreement with the federal government, resources, weapons, resources, crude oil and whatever, economy, import and export, using that advantage to make sure that they repatriate Simo Ekpa into Nigeria. You see, the federal government at this point, we are convinced that they have no case against Nnamdi Kanu. But if they bring in Simo Ekpa, so many videos of what he had claimed. If this were to be Simo Ekpa facing the trial that Nnamdi Kanu is facing, evidence is yakba left, right, center against Simo Ekpa. I don't pray that Simo Ekpa comes to Nigeria, because Nigeria will just swallow the guy. Whether he's working for the federal government or whether he's working for Diesel, that one, and many people believe in Simo Ekpa. I've met so many people who want this Biafra Act. They are so passionate about Biafra. We want Biafra. We want Biafra. So one thing about the Igbo people is that anybody that comes and says, behold, I can offer you Biafra, everybody is endeared to that person. Well, Biafra is a spirit. Me, I want Biafra. I don't know about you. I don't know about the people watching. Because there's one thing I notice. Somebody can boldly call himself an Oduduwa person. Another person can boldly call himself another one person. But if I call myself a Biafra, some people are agitated. I don't know why. As in, I want to understand why. Somebody will call himself Oduduwa. We are Oduduwa. The other time, Southwest governors were singing Oduduwa national anthem. Southeast governors, well, I don't know. If you say I'm a Biafran, people are angry. You see so many comments hating on my brother. We know where we all belong. Nigeria that we are brought together like this, we know that it is a fake unity, fake love for ourselves. People are taking advantage of this fake love to cheat all of us. Use our head, join together, start taking our resources. Somebody from Sokoto will be owning refinery. Resources belonging to Delta State, Bayelsa State. While most people in Bayelsa State don't even have access to their own refinery that is in their land. Somebody in Zamfara State, they carry their gold for themselves. An Igbo man does not own a gold mine in Zamfara State, but a Northerner owns oil well. A Northerner owns one of the biggest refineries, even the only working refinery in Nigeria. Every other thing we hear is blending. How someone owns working refinery in Nigeria. If we had oil in the northern Nigeria, would it be possible for an Igbo man to own one of the biggest refineries in the whole Nigeria, monopolizing it in quote? So this fake Nigeria unity, some people are using it to cash out, deceive people up and down, and we believe that. So we need to understand that you are Oduduwa, some people are Arewa, some people are Biafra. Well, I don't care. I don't give a bluff if you don't like the name Biafra. I don't know, maybe the Biafra sounds somehow. Yes, of some people. Man, if you know who a Biafran is, if you read history, we don't know history in Nigeria. And people that are not knowledgeable, People that are ignorant are the loudest. Go to social media. If they tell you that Africa has connection, most of the things, if they tell you that Jesus was a black man, will you believe? King Solomon was a black man, will you believe? Some people will argue with you. Some people will say all sorts of things. You are stupid. Someone you don't smoke igbo, you don't drink. It doesn't erase the truth, because ignorant people are the loudest. If you tell that Biafra has a connection with divinity, actually, you can find Israel amongst Biafrans. Africa is the place where God, most of these things in the Bible, most of the locations in the Bible are in Africa. But the white man will use style from backyard, from frontier, deceive all of us. They deceive everybody during the days of the colonial masters. They sold you as slaves. France could not fight its war. France, come on, they took Africans, deceived them, and they went to kill themselves. So these Oyibo have been deceiving black man over the years. There are technologies created by black man over the years that have been lost. So when you tell Biafra is beyond what we think. Maybe that's your own, like the Oduduwa. Oduduwa has a spirit beyond what we think. I don't know about Arewa. Arewa is a political creation. You see people like the John Nation, they are connecting to their roots. And somebody is angry that I'm connecting to my root. Yeah. So, very important. It will be good Nnamdi Kanu is released so that we can start planning on how we can restructure Nigeria. If Tinubu wants to really restructure Nigeria, he should release Nnamdi Kanu. If he really wants to. Then how? I've told you, first priority of Bola Ahmed Tinubu is to complete 8 years. He can release Nnamdi Kanu after 8 years, but he wants to complete 8 years. He wants to spread his tentacles. He wants to be one of the cabals. But history will always repeat itself if we don't learn from history. All these people that are emperors, cabals, after they die, and their dynasty, the thing they built for themselves collapses. Look at Awolowo. How many Awolowo's children you see as prominent as Awolowo? Look at Abacha. How many of Abacha's children you see as prominent as Abacha? Look at Buhari. Look at Obasanjo. They are the ones that have that name. So the president Tinubu, don't think that you can pitch Sheyi Tinubu and some other people as maybe this one, it's going to outlive me. Your legacy, I don't know what I can pinpoint as Tinubu's legacy, Sha. We know the legacy of Awolowo. I don't know the legacy of Tinubu. Restructuring Nigeria will be your legacy, President Bola Ahmed Tinubu. Restructuring Nigeria will be your legacy. Anything other than that, my brother, you have achieved nothing as far as we are concerned. So some people think, okay, Sheyi Tinubu, influence of Tinubu, maybe the next 20 years, if Tinubu is no more next 20 years, this APC in Lagos State, that ordinary Sonlu was dealing with Obasa, having infighting, and the mandate movement, this one, different, everybody share. If Tinubu is no more, do you think Sheyi Tinubu will be as prominent? They will just shove him in one side. Even if the wife is still alive, they will shove all of them. So don't think that after 8 years, you still want to, you see, look at Cameroon, 90 years, that one wants still the power. If it's possible for Tinubu to make it 12, he will make it 12. Because most times, the people that are going to prepare and plan and execute our future are not these old people. They are on their way out. So if Tinubu cares for anything legacy, he should make sure that he restructures Nigeria. Nnamdi Kanu will be released. The Southeast will find their food. They will be restructuring. Initially, if you divide Nigeria today, we know that there will be still the problem, the Nigerian problem will still be there. Nigerian problems will still be there. But the main important thing I'm concerned about is this Fulani influence, Fulani hegemony. They are the ones dragging everybody back. Dragging. You see them everywhere. They are always, their way of, their modus of operandi is just different. Their ideology is different. Their approach to life is different. Nobody wants to forge ahead. The North has been breeding terrorism. Look at mosques. Look at Allegation. Kanu state governor saw some of them on the street. They abandon their children. Those ones now, this is a current decimal in the North. So they are the ones that breed all these children that turn terrorists, that terrorize the nation. Most of our facilities are in the northern Nigeria. Most of the people that collect allocation are in northern Nigeria. So there's a lot to talk about this restructuring and release of Nnamdi Kanu. However, whatever the federal government is trying to do to nail Nnamdi Kanu to crime would not work. Remember what the lawyer said? Agabi said that all those ones have been struck out. Don't you know that they have been struck out? Why bring it again? Are you disrespecting the ruling of the court? It has been struck out. So what is the basis? Release this guy and let this guy go. So we are waiting. We know that Chukwu Ekike Abiyama is going to back up everything that Nnamdi Kanu will do from now on.